G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Bitcoin video. Bitcoin is running into some preliminary roadblocks at the 28.6k level. There's a reason for that. The 28.6k level, and we've looked into this extensively in the past, is a major resistance zone on Bitcoin. Right, here's what I'm going to show you. In every single bull market we've had in Bitcoin history, for example, we had a bull market back here in 2014, we formed a major horizontal support level, okay? For example, we had a bull market back here in 2017, major horizontal support level, and just like in 2021 and 2020, major horizontal support level at 28.6k roughly. What you can notice is that this is consistent with 4-year cycle theory. Now, 4-year cycle theory says bull market every 4 years, and every 4 years we seem to be forming a very similar horizontal level. We tested it multiple times back here in 2013 before finally breaking it. When we broke it, we went downwards massively. We found it as brief resistance before skyrocketing, and when we got back above it later in that year in 2015, we skyrocketed once more into the next bull market phase. What we're seeing is the same thing in 2018, 2017. We had a major level held up for support on multiple occasions. We finally dropped below it. When we dropped below it, we saw a massive crash, a 50% crash in a matter of a couple of weeks there in 2018, and we finally saw, we got past it again after brief resistance, just like back in 2014, 2015, and when we got above it, we skyrocketed pretty much. We went up a massive amount, 150% in a matter of a couple months there before some consolidation and then the next bull market. We're seeing the exact same thing happen now in terms of the horizontal level. We're currently testing it for resistance. Now, if history has anything to say for it, just like what I showed you just then in 2018 and 2015, generally speaking, we do run into brief resistance and potential consolidation before breaking up past it, after a few weeks or a couple months, and we finally get past it, then we start skyrocketing. So right now, I wouldn't expect, look, here's the thing. Don't expect 28.6k to break very quickly. This is a major resistance zone. We discussed this in yesterday's video. It's a major resistance zone. You can't expect it to break straight away. You shouldn't be taking longs into a level like 28.6k. It's a very major resistance level. Even if you look at the volume profile, for example, you can see that there's a massive gap on the volume profile between around 25k and 28.6k. 28.6k, this red line, is where the volume profile starts ramping up again, which means right now we are running into the first major resistance block we've ever had since the major support block at 23k. This is a major level. If we flip to a daily chart, for example, I know this chart looks a bit complicated. I'll break it down for you. Just bear with me here. This chart shows us quite clearly that Bitcoin is weakening as we move up to 28.6k. Now, I'm not saying Bitcoin's bearish. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I've been bullish on Bitcoin since around 16k. If you guys have watched the channel for any period of time, you would know that by now. But what I am saying is this, right? We've seen a massive move to the upside. We've seen a move of around 45% in a matter of 7, 8, 9 days. It hasn't really been very long at all. That's a massive move. It's one of the biggest moves we've seen in Bitcoin price history for years. So that's a huge move. And right now, after such a large move, what we're starting to form, if we flip over the 4-hourly chart, is a clear, for example, a clear bearish divergence on the 4-hourly chart, a clear bearish divergence, for example, on the daily chart. MACD is starting to slow down as well. Volume, as we move upwards, is slowing down. The green volume is ramping down, which means the strength of this move is weakening. We're seeing Bollinger Bands telling us we're way overbought at this point in time, and we're running into major resistance levels. And the support, all our moving average support, such as the 50 EMA, which is that blue line there, and such as something like the bull market support band, is very far below us at this point in time. So what we could be seeing, at this point, we could actually see quite a correction. I don't know how sharp it would be, but we do have an ascending wedge formation. Perhaps the correction could bring us back down to this yellow line here, back to 26.8k. Perhaps it will even bring us all the way back to 25.2k before consolidation and breaking upwards. But at this point in time, I don't think people should be longing 28.6k. The only complicating factor that I've really found is this. What we have right now, and this is the current Bitcoin chart, and this is what I'm saying, the only complicating factor about saying, we're gonna go downwards here is this. What we have is a Bitcoin chart here right now. It's from October 2022. We have an uptrending pink support line. We've broken above that uptrending pink support line after, months of rejecting off of it in multiple occasions. Okay, if we flip back to what happened in 2019, we'll scroll backwards now and show you, we had an identical uptrending level of support over a same kind of 4-month period in the same rounded cup formation. And when we got above that level, in 2019, not only did we break that level, but we also broke the horizontal bull market level of 6k that I showed you before in the other chart without any real rejection, without any real resistance. So perhaps, perhaps we do that again. Perhaps we just break through 28.6K. That's the only complicating factor. By all other metrics of TA, aside from this fractal, it does look like a rejection is more likely here. But that just goes to show it's a complicating factor. And the main point I'm trying to make when I'm making this part of the video, the last 5 minutes I've been talking about it, the main point I'm really trying to demonstrate is not that, we're going to reject, or not that, we're going to break through. It's that you shouldn't be taking longs. You don't long into major resistance that held as support for 2 whole years. That's not something you long. You long once you break it. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You long once you break the level. At this point in time, sit on the sidelines, wait. But, we did see a weekly candle close, and flipping over to some of the good news here, the weekly candle close was excellent. It was a great weekly candle close. We broke above, and this closed yesterday, by the way, we broke above 200-week SMA, broke above 50-week EMA, we broke above 50-week SMA, everything we needed to break, and we broke above 25.2K, which was the top of the range we were seeing since June 2022. Everything we needed to break, we broke above on the weekly candle close. The only thing we didn't manage to break above was the Gaussian channel on the weekly chart. And, I'll say it right now, the bottom is still my opinion to be in, all right? But it's not confirmed in the charts yet. And this is something I've said since 16K. We need a weekly candle close above 28.6K to fully confirm the bottom on the charts. Once we get that weekly candle close above 28.6K, there's very, very, very little chance that Bitcoin goes down for a new low, right? Once we get that, it's over. The bears are completely dead. The bearish argument is gone at that point. At this point in time, the bearish argument is hanging on by a bloody thread, by a thin piece of, what would you even call it, string. At this point in time, it's very weak, but it's not fully confirmed to be broken yet. And I'm sticking by that. And the reason I say that is because I don't want to come across as biased. I've always said that. I've always said 28.6K is the level that we need to break to fully confirm the bottom. Of course, I think the bottom is in, hence why I've been saying the bottom's in since 16K, but it's only my opinion until we break that level. And the Gaussian channel does show that. What we have in the Gaussian channel, and I want you to pay attention specifically to the center line of the Gaussian channel. This is the weekly chart. Every time we lose or break above the central line of the Gaussian channel, we see a dramatic move. For example, we lost it here. We lost it in 2014. We saw a dramatic move downwards. We broke above it here in 2015. We saw a dramatic move upwards. Okay, every single time, you can just scroll through the charts. The only one occurrence we didn't see it happen was really over here in 2018. We saw a small fake out. But every time we lose it or gain it, we see dramatic moves, huge moves to the upside and downside. What we have now is that weekly candle. Yes, it was a great close. Yes, the weekly candle close was amazing, but it did close just below the central line of the Gaussian channel, literally just below it. So, there is a sliver of hope for the bears here, but I see it as incredibly unlikely. If you look at everything we've done to the bullish argument, the bullish argument's gaining ground 24/7. This is like the one thing that the bears are hanging on to. To give you an example of how weak the bearish argument is right now, all we need to do is look at interest rates, for example. One of the main arguments for Bitcoin going downwards for new lows is that people are saying Bitcoin's only going to bottom out when interest rates top out. Okay, and the reason they said that is because look back at 2019, Bitcoin only bottomed out. Orange line here is interest rates. Bitcoin only bottomed out when interest rates topped out, and Bitcoin started, dropping from its local top after interest rates started going down. So it was very, Bitcoin was very reactive to interest rates in the past. Now, the problem with the argument that Bitcoin's only going to bottom out when interest rates top out, which is one of the strongest bearish arguments there was, is that interest rates, which is happening, the FOMC is happening two days and 10 hours, could actually be topped out already, right? There's a 53% chance interest rates are already topped. And even if they're not topped now, they will be topped in May. And May's only a month away. And if you're bearish on Bitcoin and you're following that argument, you think that Bitcoin is essentially going to drop down between now and May. You're thinking Bitcoin's going to drop down 47%, which is absolutely huge and very, very unlikely. So as you can see, the bearish argument is weak, and it's a lot weaker than it was last week, and it's a lot weaker than it was last month. The only real thing you should be watching is the Gaussian channel center line. We need to be seeing a weekly candle close above the Gaussian channel center line and 28.6K to fully confirm that the bear market is in fact over. At this point, it's very likely, but it's not fully confirmed. And I'm saying that to stay honest. I'm saying that to say unbiased. That's what I've said all along, and that's what I'll continue to say until it actually occurs. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Before we end the video, I want to look at a few things, namely the BitGet exchange. The best way you can help the channel for sure is sign up to the BitGet exchange using my referral link. You can do so in the description. I've got my referral link there. You're getting a 15% trading fee discount for life for using my referral link and access to an exclusive reward center. This exchange is cheaper than any other exchange I can find on the cryptocurrency market. I've personally used it for a year, and I highly recommend you guys get around to using it there. So go ahead and do that if you're interested. And of course, if you want to learn how to trade, want to learn how to analyze charts, trade candlestick patterns, market patterns, whatever it may be, everything to do with TA on TradingView, you can learn using the Become a Trader 10-unit course developed by myself and Megawell Crypto, who's also a YouTuber. You can find his channel just by typing up Megawell Crypto. Great guy, great analyst, highly recommend you check him out. But we made this course earlier last year, and we've currently got 91 students. If you're interested in the course, you can read up all about it on the website and throw us an email at this email address here for more information. Finally, we have the VIP group. If you're interested in joining the VIP group, it's 100 USD for 3 months. In about 10 days, we will be releasing the trading results for the last 3 months, so keep an eye out for that. If you want to see the trading results for the past, you can also find that. All that information is in the description below. We trade altcoin sub daily, so check that out if you're interested. Without further ado, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.